being one of those two. Jim and the police chief at that time worked with the employees of the local bank, now the Mendham Bureau of Fire Prevention, or possibly recognized as the building across the street from the pub, to eliminate what was thought to be a handsome payday in a podunk town for a couple out-of-towners. Officer Cillo and Chief Moore, after shots were fired, took the robbers into custody to spoil what the robbers thought would be a start to their retirement. A number of years later, Jim was named the police chief of Mendham Borough, where he served for 13 more years, while also sitting on the Mendham Borough Council. He joined the first aid squad and has spent over 20 years taking care of our friends and neighbors, and is currently the captain of the Mendham Borough First Aid Squad. He has served as a patient advocate at a nursing home in Andover, looking out for and managing patient interests for over 13 years. Jim works at St. Joe's Church, where just this past week, he was reading in class to many of the kindergarten and first grade students that are here before you today, while also discussing safety awareness and prevention. For many of us here today, we understand that a lot of what goes into youth sports could not happen without the support and efforts of the Pastime Club. Jim joined when he was just 16 years old, before the Pastime even had a bar. After 67 years, Jim is still a member and continues to support youth sports in his hometown. Back in the 1970s, Mr. Cillo would roam these very fields, coaching his boys and their friends in Mendham Little League for 10 years. Ladies and gentlemen, baseball and softball players, it is the distinct pleasure of the Chester Mendham Little League to introduce to you a man who has dedicated his life and career to serving our country and community. Please welcome Mr. Jim Cillo. Jim, we are ready to get this season started, so throw that pitch. Once again, thank you. I would now like to introduce Mr. Sam Lucy, who is going to lead us in the Little League Pledge.